Hierete. Well, as promised, this is the third video in that series on Hellenic Polytheism and as it relates to philosophy and whatnot. The first two videos pretty much dealt with orthodoxy, that is, beliefs. What is the place of philosophy and the mysteries and whatnot, and how do we view ourselves in relation to the gods. This one deals with orthopraxy, which is the right actions. Now, one of the things about Hellenic polytheism is that many people claim that we do not have either an orthodoxy or an orthopraxy. And for those people who are coming from very strict traditions, it could be either wonderful or very difficult. Now, I did not come from any tradition because I didn't have any religion before finding the gods. But I do believe that there should be rules and some kind of an idea of what is right and what is wrong. Now, we all know that certain things are wrong. There are just certain things we don't do, either because they are unacceptable in today's society and we've realized that they're not necessary, like sacrificing animals, or because they're just wrong, blaspheming the gods, having sex in certain places, like I'm not going to go in front of my statue of Athena and have sex. That's not appropriate. But those are not the things to which I'm referring. I'm talking about the more mundane aspects, like, is it necessary to use fire, to use incense? Do we have to have an altar? Do we have to make sacrifice of food or libations of wine or honey or milk, water, whatever? Writing hymns, do we have to say specific prayers, or can we say our own? Those types of things. And then, of course, you get into following the gods of just the Hellenic pantheon versus including other gods and goddesses from other pantheons. Personally, I strictly follow the Hellenic. I do not believe in eclecticism. I also think that it is important to use the ancient practices as a base, even if you're not going to be a reconstructionist, which I personally want to be. I do wish to help to become more in tune with the ancient practices. But just as there are different schools of thought on philosophy, so there are on what to believe, what to do when you're worshiping. And so we come to this sort of crossroads of, when do you say, oh, that's just his or her personal beliefs, versus this is so completely outside of Hellenic polytheism that it cannot possibly be considered within the bounds of our religion. So that is what I would like to know. Where do you draw the line? What can you say, even if we don't say strictly like Christianity does, that these are our laws? What constitutes our religion then? Because you can't just say, well, everything is right and nothing is wrong, because then you don't have a religion. You're just doing what you want to do. And I cannot possibly consider that. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't believe in the gods, but then don't call yourself a Hellenic polytheist. It just doesn't make sense. So, anyway, thoughts?